There's Wagyu brisket, Wagyu tri-tip, Wagyu chuck roast. But there's also Wagyu ground beef, and today I'm making a Wagyu burger with Wagyu chili fries. So for the burger part of our video today, I'm starting with a pound of some Wagyu ground beef. To this, I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of kosher salt and half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. I'm gonna get in there, mix this up. I wanna get the seasoning inside this ground beef. Now, I'm not making a 1 pound burger for me. I'm making a sizable one and I'll use the rest for something else. All right, I'm gonna transfer this to some parchment paper so I can start forming my burger. So what I'm gonna do here is I've got a piece of parchment paper on the bottom. I'm just gonna put another one on top. I'm not using a rolling pin or anything today. I'm just gonna use my hands to flatten this to the thickness that I want. I want something around 1/2 inch. That feels pretty close. And to get the diameter that I want, I've tried many different cutters. And I know they make them the exact size that I like, but I haven't gotten it yet. So the one thing I did find is just the bottom of this Pyrex bowl that I like. So I'm just gonna take this, place it on there, press down and turn. And I'm just gonna take a regular table knife, trim around, start pulling away the excess. And I'm just gonna press any of these loose little bits in around the edge. Form that up. There you go. This is gonna go in the refrigerator for about 1/2 hour to firm up while we get started on our Wagyu chili. All right, so I have a nonstick pan here with some bacon grease in it because I already fried up some bacon to go on our burger later. And into this, I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of diced red onions. And I'll let these saute for a minute, start to soften up. To this, I'm gonna add 1 pound of Wagyu ground beef. Start breaking this up. We're gonna go ahead and brown this for a few minutes before we add the rest of our seasonings. So when I'm making chili in a skillet like this, I like to start adding my seasonings right around this time as the meat is almost halfway browned. You can still see some pink in there. So I'm gonna start adding the seasonings. Got a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of ground black pepper and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of granulated garlic, a tablespoon of chili powder, and 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. I'm gonna mix this up, get all those spices in there with the fat and the oils. Even before I added the spices, there's such a beef flavor coming off this Wagyu ground beef. I don't know quite how to explain it. It just smelled like beef. Didn't smell just like normal hamburger. Well, it's not normal hamburger, so I guess it should smell a little bit beefier. All right, I'm gonna start adding our wet ingredients. I'm gonna add 6 ounces of tomato paste. I'm gonna add 28 ounces of diced tomatoes with the juice. These are canned diced tomatoes. And we're gonna stir everybody in here, get everybody mixed up. Wanna make sure you get that tomato paste mixed in really good to help thicken along with the juices from those diced tomatoes. Now, using the 6-ounce can that the tomato paste came in, I'm gonna add about 3 ounces of water. Also gonna reduce my heat down to medium-low. I'm gonna let this simmer so all those flavors can meld, this can thicken up a bit more, and then we're gonna move on to grilling up our burger out on the Weber Kettle. I have the Weber Kettle set up with the vortex about half full. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this Wagyu burger on here. Could have done this in a cast iron pan. I really like to do burgers that way, but with this Wagyu beef, I wanna give it some time directly over the coals. Now, this Wagyu ground beef was sent to me by Wagyu, which is a family-run ranch in Texas. All their beef is pasture-raised, hormone-free. If you want to check them out, I'll put a link below to their website. If you buy something, use the code CWR. you'll get 20% off your order. And it's good beef. Let's go ahead and give this a turn. Oh, nice charcoal char on that. Do a quick check with the Thermopin here. Yeah, still got a little ways to go. Once I get a good charcoal char on both sides, I'm gonna move it indirect, put the lid on, and I'm gonna take it to about 135, 140 degrees. Just a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move this indirect. We're gonna put the lid on, and I'm gonna check it after about 7 minutes. All right, it's been about 7 minutes. Let's check our burger. I've got 145. Just a little over what I want, but that's good. We're taking this off. All right, here is our Wagyu burger. I've got it on a piece of lettuce on the bottom of our bun. No, I'm not adding any sauce or mayo or anything like that. I really want to taste this Wagyu beef, so I'm just going to put some simple toppings on this. First thing I'm putting is just a couple thinly sliced tomatoes. Let's get a pickle in there and a couple pieces of AFS bacon, acceptable floppy state. And we're just going to top our burger. I could dive in right now, but we still have one more thing to plate up here on this cutting board. So let me slide this burger to the side just a bit. I went ahead and made some French fries. These are those nice thick cut steak fries. No, they're not from scratch. They're from frozen. I had a lot to do today. Making burgers, making chili. So there's some nice fries. Now let's get some of our Wagyu chili on top. Oh yeah. Oh man, this smells good. I don't want to overdress them with chili, just want to get enough on there so everybody gets a little taste of that. There we have it. Wagyu hamburger with bacon, some lettuce, tomatoes, and pickles, and our Wagyu chili fries. It's time to taste. So before I taste the burger, I'm going for a chili fry. Oh, that has a really, really rich beef flavor in there along with the spices from the chili. I think I mentioned it when I was cooking up the beef for the chili. There was just that sort of beefy smell coming off of it, that wonderful aroma. I can't say that I've gotten that before when using just regular ground beef, regular 80-20 when I'm making chili before. This is darn good. And now for the burger. I'm not even gonna cut it in half. I'm just gonna go whole. Here we go. Simple seasonings on this because that beef flavor is pretty amazing, I gotta tell you. I even went a little past in doneness than I was planning. I gotta tell you, there is a ton of juice in this thing just flowing out. Holy moly, I should have worn a bib. Honestly, I could have left the tomatoes and pickles and everything off, maybe not the bacon. This is just really, really flavorful, and all I added was that salt and pepper. Gotta say, I'm a little surprised. I've never done Wagyu ground beef before for a burger, and I'm impressed. Now that I've tasted it as a burger and the immense flavor it has just on its own with simple seasonings, I'd like to try adding some things to it in small amounts. You know, I've done a chorizo ground beef burger before. I think it would be interesting to add a small amount of chorizo to this and see how that would go. Oh, wow. Having a burger like this is really a treat. I wish I could describe the flavor accurately. The best I can say is it is beefy. I mean, just that really great beefy flavor in a burger. So, are you going to make burgers like this all the time? Probably not. This is expensive meat, but in my opinion, it's worth it. And if you're looking for a treat, I've got to say, this is actually a nice way to go. Burgers are great, and Wagyu burgers are amazing.